Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Dolly. I'm here with David, who is an indie music enthusiast, and I'm going to be asking him some questions about indie music. So, David, what is indie music?
Well, indie music is music that is produced independently, hence the name indie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a music produced, released by small, independent record labels, not by big name companies. And it's kind of a do-it-yourself approach.
Okay. What are some characteristics of indie music?
Um, there are actually different subgenres and kinds of indie. Some examples of indie music include indie rock, pop, punk, metal, and folk. Some general characteristics of indie are vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Each indie group has a lead singer and background vocals, guitar,
Mm-hmm.
bass, drums, occasionally piano, keyboard, mandolin, violin, and banjo, of course. They're all essential instruments for any indie group. The different kinds and types of instruments used depend on the general sound the band's going for. I mean, generally, indie music is really soothing, melodic, simple, but
Mm-hmm.
powerful, light, and mellow. An important part of indie music is the importance of the lyrics. They're simple but very deep.
Hmm. Okay. How are indie music scenes different from indie subgenres?
Well, I mean, indie music scenes are similar to indie subgenres. Different areas of the world have like their own indie music scenes.
Mm-hmm.
These are local, independent, community bands and their audiences. For example, the Shins, Death Cab for Cutie, and Modest Mouse all came from the Seattle, Washington indie music scene.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, cities will have their own individual dominant genre.
Okay. What instruments are used in indie music?
Like I said before, typically, I mean, there's always a lead singer and background and backup vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar, bass, drums, keyboards are all used, depending on what sound the band's going for. I mean, banjos, mandolin, violin, ukulele, all those different various instruments can be used.
Okay, wow, so a whole different variety. What are some indie bands and artists that you enjoy listening to?
Well, some of the big names, the most commonly known groups out there that I listen to are like Modest Mouse, Death Cab for Cutie, The Shins, The Decemberists, Black Keys, the Avett Brothers, Mumford and Sons, Civil Wars, Arctic Monkeys, and Lana Del Rey. That's just to name a few. I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
so many different ones. My favorite artist right now is Gregory Alan Ishakov. He's an indie folk artist. I love how he just combines the indie and folk. His songs are just so like melodic and nice.
Okay, so would you say that indie folk is your favorite genre of indie? And what are the characteristics of the indie folk genre?
Yes, I mean I like how simple yet powerful the lyrics are. They're acoustic in nature. The songs are very, like I said before, melodic, mellow, lyrical, story oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Indie music is just influenced by folk country with a little bit of rock. It is essentially modern folk music with these just flares. Uh,
Okay. Um, where did indie music originate?
Indie originated in the United Kingdom during the 1980s.
Where can you go to hear indie music?
I mean, there are tons of great resources online. I mean, there's online radio stations, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, and they're all great. I mean, there's tons of theme playlists I know on Spotify and Pandora that they're specified for just indie music. You can hear indie live at festivals,
Mm-hmm.
concerts, cafes, and fundraisers. Here in Utica, where I live, we have a cafe called The Tram, and it hosts many local indie artists each week. There's just plenty of places to hear your local indie artists. You just have to look for it.
Okay. What would you say indie music is best known for?
Well, in my personal opinion, indie music is best known for the do-it-yourself approach. The very small, low-budget, and low-key type of business is
Mm-hmm.
localized, has personal meaning to you. not just from the songs themselves, but a personal connection to the artist. I know many people who are interested and are in local indie bands. A couple kids I went to in high school with, they're in a popular indie band right now, and they perform at local cafes, festivals, and just small settings.
Okay. Well, thank you, David, for sharing your knowledge about indie music with us.